I think we could get there. Persians. Ooh, that's a new pick in the tournament. We haven't seen that yet, right?
Well, that one could be really exciting in Oasis.
Hmm.
Um, so, if you're thinking you're going to go to a third one, because, Oasis is all about hunt to start and getting that Persian hunt. Granted, depending on your map, you gotta have, food in the area, but if you do, it could make you super fast.
Yeah, and Shang picked up by Silver. Yeah, Persians are always one of those ones where like I feel like on Oasis you feel good with it at the start, and then it falls apart if you don't get elephants. So we'll see how it goes. They I feel like they're really really strong, the Persian at the start on Oasis, but like the more we've seen Oasis, the more it's really about sustaining a tool age. And there just isn't that much hunt on Oasis once you go through the first two patches and like maybe an elephant nearby, right? I guess if you get a lucky map gen, but I feel like that's like rolling the dice. I feel like there are many better picks on Oasis, but we'll see. I mean, Shang and Roman's picked up by SilveR. We'll see what he picks for his third pick. He's got 2 seconds. Minnow, that's got to be inland. That's got to be the inland play, right?
Yeah, I still find it kind of an interesting pick, I guess you would say, for inland, right? Because, with inland, you could end up not having very much sea.
And Phoenician.
And, you know,
I hear you though. Like Minnow without the C, is it really that good? Well, I'm gonna try and set this up in the lobby real quick. Uh, game one, Marco versus SilveR. US East is gonna be fine. Oh man, getting rolling, getting rolling. Oh my god, all my settings are whack. I was doing some weird stuff earlier. Okay, normal. There we go. Okay, good to go. Lobby's up. Let me message the players. How come players are picking Romans? Is the lower wood cost really good? The other two bonuses seem kind of redundant. Yeah, that's basically it. The lower wood cost is really really critical. It kind of defines how the Civ plays in a lot of ways. They can play aggressive. Like I think the thing to remember about the wood cost is at the start of the game, you're super wood stretched to get everything you need. You need houses, you need defensive buildings to wall, and you want offensive buildings to attack. And oftentimes, 2, 3 barracks early game can be really, really tricky to afford and, dump your food. It means you can put more vills onto food, which means more units, right? At the start of Tool Age. It's all quite strong. And then Romans follow that up by having just an excellent tech tree going into Bronze Age. And then in Iron Age, they're just a dominant civ with they have all the right techs, right? So it just works really, really well. Does anyone see my lobby?
let me do a refresh here.
Hmm. Well, I know why.
No.
Try now. Try now. Yeah, it was my bad. It's that the same. It's weird.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, nobody picked Karth. It is interesting. You'd think with these maps, Karth would be a higher pick. I think both on Inland and Oasis, Karth is pretty competitive, but it is what it is.
Well, they did the previous match earlier. Somebody picked Karth. Was it TK?
Yeah, TK
Somebody
picked
had it.
Karth.
Yeah, he had a Karth. He had a Karth on the hill map, I think. I think Karth used to be one of those civs nobody liked, and then once we got that big update that changed a lot of things, all of a sudden Karth became a pretty interesting civ. It's particularly
Oh
fun, I think,
yeah.
on Conti.
Mhm.
because it really those extra resources really let you take advantage of the seafood so much quicker.
Mhm. You want to see TK versus Casey? Hmm, that could be spicy.
Yes.
I have to remind these guys keep same colors through the whole series, so it becomes
Oh
easy to
yeah.
follow.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. For sure. Make sure you go no team. Okay. Just trying to get the ball rolling here, trying to get everybody else set up, and we can get going. War of attrition down to Lasville every time. That would be funny, Veritas. I agree.
That makes me think of one of the most classic uh, scenes ever from the tournament before, and that was when we had Pilot Elf versus who was it? And remember, it came
Brainy.
to no, it wasn't Brainy. It was who was it again? It was somebody, and it was down to the last axer, and he was on a hill,
Yeah, yeah, it
and
was Brady versus Pilot Elf. It wasn't a tournament, it was a show match. And it was
oh,
one of
it
the
wasn't Brainy
was
though.
it
It wasn't
Soy then?
Brainy.
I'm pretty sure it was Brainy. It
No, it
literally
was not.
came down to the final bill. No, the
Yes.
Yes.
final axer. Nobody had eco.
The final axer, he had like 5 hits left. It was insane, and it was a long match too.
Start the game already.
Okay, so we got Shang versus Foe. Should be quite good. And you have to excuse me. This is actually the first game. This is the first set where I'm both doing the admin and the casting, like in a long time. I haven't done this since the last Classic Cup, really. Really set to go. Okay, we're going. Game one, yeah, it's too late for Baltoon, so now I have to do all the stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, it was so much easier when he was like handling all the messaging of the players and stuff. Really is quite nice. Ooh, a bit of lag at the start here, but spawning in the right, kind of on this right corner, we have
My
Silvers
goodness.
and Shang with just a gorgeous map.
My goodness. Holy cow. I
Look at
mean,
the elephants, the shorefish, more elephants, more
he's
shorefish,
he's got a
both
Costco,
seeds.
a Publix, and a Safeway all tucked in there.
Meanwhile, if we check out MasterNico Marco's map, the I mean, if you're gonna say it's as good, I would say you're lying.
So you're blind.
I'd say you're blind. Yeah, fair enough. That's also true. That's also true here.
I mean,
Um,
this is one of the things about inland, right? Is that you can end up with these situations where somebody's just got just crazy, crazy fish, and somebody else has, well, this, right?
yeah, and what we see every time that this happens, almost every time, almost until you get to the top echelon of players, almost every time somehow the other player docks it first because they're the ones offensively exploring and looking for those opportunities, whereas the player with the water around them isn't quite thinking about it. They're thinking, oh, how can I use this to wall? I can maybe dock early and get a nice start, but like I can wait because the water's near me. And it always ends up turning into like really interesting gameplay in my opinion, especially when your players are strong enough to like maintain that level of scouting and like keep their float values low. Like if your players are keeping basically no wood in the bank, inland is by far the best map to watch and to observe, I think. That's why we have it game one in this series. In this whole tournament, it's always going to be game one. I think it provides the most variety and it gives you just that chance to excel for every player. And we see Silver's getting a double LE pull. This is going to be really nice for him starting off this starting his tournament here in solid fashion, getting a nice clean lure, really well executed. Must have watched
Yeah,
my
that's
tutorial. No, just kidding. I'm just messing
indeed.
around. These players definitely know how to do the double alley lure at this point. All right, these are two veterans of the game. Really excited to see them showing up for the tournament. We'll see what he ends up doing for wood, because his wood situation, his strags are a little rough. I think he's
Well,
gonna get a decent timing on it, but
I
with lure.
if he goes a pit right where those gazelle are, so
Mhm.
he can get his wood and he get his stone, and he can use a super fast time he's going to have with Shang and all this food that he's got. He could have a really fast sling time.
Yeah, but I'm a little nervous for him in terms of getting a nice pit time. Like, it's going to be a 5-minute pit, a 4:30 pit, and he's going to try and grab the shorefish. So that's going to make it worth it, but we'll see what his time looks like in the end. Because, MasterNico, he look at his start. He had a really early gazelle lure, and with Phoenician, with really close strags, something we didn't really talk about at the start of the game was how much better Marco's strags were. And now, MasterNico Marco has beautiful Phoenician wood pit with 3 like glued vills for a while. He's going to be floating in it, and we could see him getting, either a second food building really early, or, one of those aggressive docks. Maybe we could even find some painters from him, but he hasn't gone forward with a bill yet.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, that he has foe and he's just doesn't have the water to take advantage of it.
But in a 1v1 on inland, see, that's the thing, is it's not like a team game where like both players have like where like if you're far from the water, you're never going to dock. In a 1v1, I feel like there's just a much higher opportunity for either player docking this. Like, just because it's closer to SilveR's doesn't mean he has ownership of it. It's a really wide beach here. There's tons of space for docks, tons of space to compete for that. So, I mean, just a forward Vill, and if you spot it, you get it. And you can see him looking. He's got a Vill out here already hurt from a previous Lion encounter. Might have to send this guy back, which is really going to slow down his scouting. He's just going for the defensive play, though. I don't hate this from him, but I am confused by the clubman. Like, scouting with clubbers feels really inefficient with the early food, but I guess he's feeling good with it. But he didn't spot the berries nor the elephant to the north of his base, so now he's going forward to this hunt, I guess. But that's really rough. Meanwhile,
Yeah, I think
SilveR.
he's gonna
Sorry.
leverage that wood that he has so he can go ahead and get this pit here.
You see,
And
you see what I meant about the start for SilveR's? He was like, "Oh, I got all this water near me," and what's his focus? It's been, how can I wall this? So like all of his starting wood has gone towards this big house wall, which a bit excessive at this point. He's building even more buildings defensively, so the dock is going to be quite late. We might see it here in a second. Or we might see the early wall tech. Yeah, so he's gone for walls early with Shang. Got to be playing defensive slings. Meanwhile, some axemen from home maybe for Marco. What are your thoughts so
but
far on this play?
the thing that concerns me about this is he's decided to pit his backwood, which and if he burns through this and he has to shift to his forward wood, that's going to make them very vulnerable to faux archers on the front line. He just doesn't have much wood back here, so if he goes too defensive in here and he gets locked in, sure, the food is infinite. The wood could be a problem.
Yeah, we'll see. I
You
mean,
know,
he's not going to be too defensive though. With double rack sling, eventually you move out, right? Like, I would say that I understand the timer you're talking about, but I feel like that's like mid Bronze Age, right? Like, even the forest in front of his base by the stone is also pretty massive. So like, I think it'll last a while. Although I definitely see the point. I mean, he is
if he
he
if
has walled himself out of like 90% of the map, right? So
think if uh Marco decides to dock, like you say, the opponents tend to do, and he docks in this east water, the wood requirements are going to escalate, right? Because you can't just do it with slings anymore. So I don't know. It would be interesting to see whether this comes down to this. But these are two, I think, well matched players. So I think this is going to go longer than many of the previous first round battles that have already occurred.
yeah, and this is what I mean. I totally agree with you, by the way, but this is what I mean about like the docking. Like, he's docking it now at like 10, 11 minutes. His dock goes up. I feel like Marco with 250 wood could quickly follow suit. Like once he spots this, oh man, he's got this quadra elephant pit in the middle. Yeah, this is going to be interesting how Marco approaches this now, because I feel like the ball's kind of in his court to make something actually happen here. We have slingers with the upgrade now. Losing a Vil. Ooh, SilveR's feeling a bit of the pressure here. Hmm. Another forward racks. Or sorry, the first forward racks after having one from home. Two from home, actually. It's interesting how he's like kind of trailed the mount. He went for that economic approach, using the berries back at home now as well. Still no aggro dock. You know, this is it's just one of those things you have to see on inland, is you have to find the water, right? That's like the whole point of this map. You have to find the water and you have to have the fish boom, otherwise you could get caught out by a surprise boom here. You could get caught out by 5, 6 rack slingers at this point if SilveR plays this right, and there's going to be no way Marco can compete with it.
You know what this is? This is decentralized factories in Hearts of Iron versus centralized factories. So you've got
Yeah.
right here, you've got Marco taking full advantage of all the indigenous food, spreading his guys out, moving them out. He's compensating for the lack of water so far.
Mhm. Exactly. SilveR's with two scout ships on the sea already. Gonna help him deny any early docks from Marco on this front. SilveR's though only one fishing boat so far. I think we should be seeing more in queue. Two more scout ships before he even knows if there's a threat. Meanwhile, we're gonna have a really large battle here as Axers versus Sling and Axe. Or no, sorry, Slingers versus Slinger and Axe. Generally, I would favor pure slings here, but in the open like this, with this positioning, the Axers have gotten some really decent hits actually, and it's supporting his slingers very nicely. The Axer's doing tons of damage here, chopping down SilveR's army. SilveR's getting caught on a right click as well, and he's going to just be throwing away his first army. This is going to put a ton of pressure on SilveR's now. The whole ball is all in Marco's court. He's got tons of opportunity. He could take this literally any direction, and it's probably good. SilveR's, though, starting to boom on the sea.
He's fortunate that SilveR's got safe stone, so he should be able to build up a good defensive army here. Doesn't hurt that he's got Shang walls too.
That's true, but you could bust through maybe at the market, and that's going to be really tricky to wall behind. Slingers to defend, outnumbered, like, vastly. Oh my god, I just remembered that bug. Remember when that bug got used against us in the Oasis match? Where you could, if you clicked on the ruins and hit shift delete, it would
God,
move
yeah,
it.
oh Jesus, that would be a disaster here.
Oh, I'm glad that one's fixed. I really like how Marco's ended up playing this. I would have liked the aggressive dock here. Um, but we'll see if he's able to punish it in time, because he is on the clock, right? He's up in population, but mostly military, and SilveR's with multiple dock, triple dock boom now. Going to be problematic for him to deal with this.
Yeah, he's chopping through that back forest pretty quick, and then he's going to have to relocate those guys. He's either going to have to expand north, or well, it's probably his only option.
SilveR's, though, smartly trying to make some space on the rest of the map here. He actually sent Vils out to the north to wall more. Meanwhile, the Slingers and Axers trying to take out this market, but, we could see a Vil pull here, just some extra walls. Yeah, this is going to become a no-go zone. I don't know, like, it's tricky. This gold mine, everything is such a small choke point. Everything is such a small choke point, and SilveR's has done a really good job, picking off these aggressive units. Marco, maybe making a few too many axemen in this position. Might need to just really bunker down and commit to the slinger, but oh! Look at this. He's going to be using these elephants to go to bronze. His opponent's contained and he's just going to try to rush bronze here. He's got decent farm count at home as well. This is going to be a really fast bronze with a stable behind it at home. I really like this play. This is exactly what I meant. When he won that first fight, he could just do any strategy and it's going to be good, right? He could have gone all out slings, he could have tried to fight the sea, or he could have done this bronze play. And now when he hits bronze even then he has options. He could boom at home to counteract the to counteract the sea boom. He could go full aggression if he wanted to try and take out the slings. Like, SilveR's is going to be really caught off by this. I mean, he'll be up to bronze eventually.
Well, the fog of war for SilveR's is still there, but for Marco, it's largely gone. I mean, I think he scouted out much of the map, so he knows what it looks like, terrain he can take care of, where resources are, all of that, and it's probably making SilveR's a little nervous right now.
Yeah, and Marco's just played really, really well so far. Like, his economy is like really well set up for the start of a Bronze Age. He's still got this massive tool army to assist any units he makes. I would love him to maybe attack this northern spot. Like this spot in the south is really well defended. He's got the coastline to pull in ships. He's got like the gold mine in the ruin to make the wall spots really small so he can easily triple layer. If he goes around the north and the tower now to support, maybe if he had gone around the north, he could have actually busted in on that Rax. A lot more surface area to hit.
Well, I think the sea is really gonna. I think the sea here for SilveR is what's going to make this game go to be a very exciting length, because he's just got all those fishing boats, and he knows he's got tons of fish up north once he fishes out the south. So that's a huge advantage.
He did a good job, by the way, of securing an additional wood line. He moved out with his 2 vills on the north, even while he was under attack, which was really smart, and he grabbed some more space for him. So that wood issue you were talking about, which has started to become very pertinent, right? He ran out of wood, and now he's got he couldn't really stay on the front of his wood line. He was afraid of the overchop, afraid of slingers on the other side, and it looks like Marco going to be going for the aggressive play here. I love this. I love this.
Yeah.
Queuing up 2 stone throwers. He's going to bust down these Shang walls. But is it going to be in time? Is it going to be before cavalry are out? And with this economy, SilveR's is going to be able to afford a lot of cav really quickly. If he does like triple stable here, he could afford, what, 6 cav maybe before he gets in? But it's going to be tight. The timing's close.
Let's see if he gets rattled, and you got a doorbell ringer right here. And they just,
Knock,
just
knock.
bink, bink, that's
Oh.
unnerving,
And losing the market is just an extra a nuisance, right? You lose the market, suddenly you can't do wheel, right? My gosh.
Yeah. And it's another 150 wood that he can't afford.
Well, I actually think he can afford basically anything he wants. It'd be interesting if he went, oh, look where he built the stables. Really smart play by SilveR. So he'll be able to come down and flank this position with the cavalry. Well, Marco might be thinking he's got full map control. SilveR's little sneak here. Really smart. Really, really smart. And adding the government center so we can start booming maybe on the north side of the map. Rebuilding the market now. And we're going to see a CA switch from Marco.
He's going to use them to defend. But boy, if he could get about 5 of those cav into Marco's home base, he probably can't afford it though, because he'd probably lose his town by then.
This is a really good attack ground, actually. He's opened him almost, but we're going to have the blocks. The Axemen holding, trying to defend against the running cavalry. Only one going down? Maybe? I think only one stone thrower is going to go down. SilveR's big reveal didn't pan out as he intended here. Marco's army is just way too big. Now this is a really interesting game of Age of Empires 1. We have a proper siege going on. The tower's going to go down. 2 more cav from the north here. Looks like Marco's going to be paying attention too. Does maybe lose 1 more stone thrower. It's going to be close. He has +4 attacks, so these Axemen actually kind of slap with 9 damage. Oh, does he notice? Does SilveR's know that this is open if this Rax goes down? Meanwhile, the CA just plunking away at the slingers. More cavalry engaging in the north.
Well, Marco's also got the tech advantage here because he's got +4, +2.
Hmm.
When you've got, air cover with the slingers, and you get better armor,
Eric.
get chariots, you got a nice combined arms going on here. It's becoming very expensive for silvers here. Send these cav down.
Oh,
Ooh, that was a
some
flopper.
yeah,
That was a big flopper.
some slingers just ate some shit right there, man. Yeah, Silver's really maybe panicked a bit here under the pressure,
Oh,
and
this is
now
the weak spot
this
right
is the
here.
weak spot we were waiting for him to hit, and he's got ranged units to deny the wall builder behind. Oh, really sad. Oh, he might stop it. And wait, still no wheel? He forgot to click wheel. Wait, this could be GG once these units get in. He built the market a while ago, but I guess so much pressure on his doorstep, and he didn't click wheel right away, and now the cav are in. Devastating moment here for Silvers as the stone thrower stays up even. And cav are in on his farm eco. Wheel isn't in for another 25 seconds. So these cavalry could just absolutely get away with murder here.
Now this is interesting. Look at Marco's home base real quickly. He's got 5 calves sitting there waiting.
Hmm.
He can either throw them to the front lines or in case he gets raided. So he's doing that all at the same time he's doing this front. He's doing an excellent job in this game.
Yeah, he recognized the fact that Silvers was flanking with the cav, and he said, I don't have time to try and find that. My attack is too important, but I will try and defend my home. I really would have preferred walls, I'll be honest. I think at this point with your economy you could afford to, put a few vills on stone, right? But he's done a really good job spreading out wide, right? And I really like that. Silvers had a really good map, but he played defensively. And Marco recognized that, took map control, and is using the full map. And I really like that. I really do like this from Marco. Silvers though did get a TC, a sneak TC on the left. We could see this game going for a while as a huge army now of Cav comes to try and mop up his base.
Still doesn't have any more upgrades. I don't think he has not rebuilt his. Oh yes, he did.
He built the
He
market.
does have. He's got a market there. Yeah, his guys are moving fast now.
Yeah, he's got a wheel, and he's been able to spam from this stable. Although gold has been a little tight for him. +4 attack on the way now, as he sends some calves south to try and clean stuff up. Looks like he spotted the government center here. He's walling. I like how Silvers is playing this now. He's also trying to like take back the map in sneaky ways. While his base gets raided in one spot, he's just saying, okay, I'm gonna have 4 bases then. And that's exactly
This,
what
this
Marco
is going
did.
to be a nice. This is going to be a nice win here. He eliminates this complete army here.
Yeah, he was really able to mass a lot. Gonna clear up his whole base even. Marco maybe caught here a little bit without enough army. He's gonna be dropping more ranges now, but feels a little late. He's got some cav at home to defend, right? But you never want to be defending cav raids with your own cav. They can just kind of micro down your vills.
Yeah. Well, hats off to Silvers here. I mean, a lot of players could have panicked, when they lost their hometown and just started making a lot of dumb mistakes. But he kept a cool head, and he's done a nice job of kind of evening this up.
Well, we'll see how he deals with elephant archers. That's the real test here. I mean, Silvers has put himself into a really good spot now.
Oh, look at this raid. Look at this raid.
Oh my god, he's just pulling the whole village. Run!
Look at that raid. Oh, there's so many cav there. He had no choice. He's had to run.
Well, I feel like he could have kept some of, like, the ones in the south. Oh, he did get spotted everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere, the whole thing. And he's got...
Yeah, but the irony just going to be just so good for him in a moment, right? He can maybe do some stuff. I don't know. He's got resources. And he was able to
This is going
split
to come
his
down to
vills.
micro here. Because they're equivalent tech, so...
Yeah, and green versus yellow, kind of hard to spot who's winning at a glance. But it looks like Marco might have enough cav. He's even pulling vills in to help. What an absolute mess here.
Yeah, those Vills pulled one of those guys right out of their saddle.
They pulled him off the horse and were like, no. Some very awkward micro. But here's the iron. And cues up CA. I was really expecting elephant archers there. Because they would have been a stubborn target for the Cav to take down. They would have done a good job of holding his base for him. Just gonna go build some farms even though he's getting completely run down. And he does not have enough Cav to win this. After a quick glance there, SilveR's has more Cav there. Unless he wastes his HP. He's gonna be going longsword. Phoenician longswords, and SilveR's has been playing really well now. On the right side, massive boom, adding those farms in, grabbing up the map. Oops, sorry, wrong buttons. But is he going to be able to deal with this imp? He's just on 7 stable Cav right now, and that will hit a wall eventually when your opponent is iron. And he's just been churning gold into Cav, which haven't won him the game just yet. It's been really good, though. So maybe it'll work? Do you think that full bronze plate could work here for him?
Let's see. Can we see quick stats? See what the
KD
population
is
looks like.
exactly even. Economy, SilveR's is up 30 Vils, potentially more. He's got the timeline, but he's down in tech. If this longsword play works for a bit longer, like these are just gonna kind of clap the Cav, right? Oh, and he finds the economy on the at 3. Sorry, at 9. I know how to count. I mean, if you look at the minimap, it seems like SilveR's is really starting to get away with this. But his fishing economy is running out. So that's going to be a big transition moment for him. If he can survive this flood, yeah, this is going to be tricky.
Fighting Iron Age is going to be very expensive for him.
And I actually really like the choice by Marco now to go longswords. On low economy, you can still spam them, right? And they're going to be really efficient here. Gotta see some attacks hit the right side of the map, though. Either go south and take out the wood lines, or go east and actually fight. He's going to be choosing to go east here. He's got to find this economy. He knows these Cav keep streaming in from the north. And he finally has a respite, a moment where he can actually attack. And another huge Vil pull. His whole economy keeps getting idled. This is just so bad for him over and over again. SilveR's has done a really good job. But he is fighting the Cav into the Legion. Or not Legion, sorry, but the longswords.
And he has got to really click all over this map. He's got this, it's eco down south he's got to watch out for. He's got eco up north he's got to watch for. And of course, in the immediate need, he's got his army in the middle engaged.
Yeah, it's really quite interesting. We'll see. I mean, he's going to do a couple waves of chariots in order to try and stack gold for the iron click. We're going to see some
This eco for Marco is really just
messy.
I think starting to kick into high gear.
You think his eco is kicking in or SilveR's is kicking in?
No, I think Marco's is starting to kick in. He's got look how many farms he's got.
I think you're talking about SilveR's.
Well, SilveR's got a bunch too, actually. So they're probably, I don't.
I think both players are in good positions. It's interesting. Rarely do you have a game at this stage where both players could win. So this is a really interesting match. This series is really going to deliver, I think. Some really interesting games. It's just a Bo3, which feels like a shame. These players seem very evenly matched.
I'm feeling pretty good about that Oasis match.
Yeah, we'll see. He's going to be trying to break in here again against the Sheng walls. That can be tricky. SilveR's still, look at SilveR's economy. What is he stacking these res? He just can't find gold or what? There's gold in the north that he's desperately trying to stack gold for iron, and he just can't get it. Marco is controlling all the gold, it seems. Marco, yeah, see, SilveR's does have access here, and he's just not able to grab it, it seems. Finally, he has enough res for the click, and he's going to grab that click, but man. Co-casting today is Ramwi. The classic. Ooh, and Marco finds the farms. His raid got in the north, and that's going to be really devastating. Just as you click up, you're losing some access to economy. You would think. And then you look at SilveR's bank, and you're like, this dude has 4K wood in the bank and 3K food. Just doesn't
Does he
have
have any
any
army?
gold.
Oh,
No, he's got. Well, he's
well,
got
he's got the center. He's
Cav.
got the center. He's got Army
Yeah.
Group Center. Still there.
Yeah, the population though is really evened out. Before it was like a 60 pop lead. And look at this SilveR's fishing economy is about to go out. Like it's on its very last legs. He's got maybe 500 food there left. And I know that's not a big deal right now for SilveR's because he's stacking so much food. But it's about to become a big deal that he's out of resources. Looks like SilveR's going to try and drop some offensive guard towers pretty soon. Grabbing a cheeky TC here. We're going to see a bunch of CA in the meantime, just to try and get some units out. But
Look
he's
at
going to be losing a lot of buildings.
SilveR's trying to snag that gold down there.
Mm-hmm.
Marco's like, gonna have none of it. No, no, no.
Marco also mining the gold offensively. They have adjacent TCs here on this gold mine at the start of SilveR's old base, old town.
Oh, yeah. Another breakthrough up north, the northeast.
Another breakthrough? Oh. Again, not too bad. This is just food and wood, and SilveR's is just holding so much of that right now.
Yeah, and there really aren't that many vills in there, and they can escape if they need to.
You know, both players
This
really
gold
struggling for
situation
gold.
is really something.
Yeah. Although now with a lot more resources, he needs more barracks, but Marco could spam a lot of units now with his current economy. He's got loads of food. He's getting siege. He's getting engineering. What unit is he thinking he's gonna make? What unit does he plan on making here? What unit could it possibly be? Like, for engineering. Is he gonna go helis? No. No, he's Phoenician. Is he gonna go like, what's it gonna do? Like, Phoenician engineering is always such a joke, right? Like, you get stone throwers with engineering.
Yeah, right.
I guess juggernauts, like, but that's not gonna happen. SilveR's starting to spam some of the horse archers. A really good response here to the long swords. They're gonna have a good time cleaning those up. Andy's got a bunch of ranges right in the middle of Marco's economy centers. So he can just go any direction he goes, he's gonna find Vil kills. Literally any direction he goes from these 5 ranges.
Oh, it looks like the southern pocket's
Yeah.
been discovered.
Yeah, and the fishing is out. You know, SilveR's had that huge bank of resources, but look at it now. It's dwindling, and so is his pop. His pop hasn't gone up in a long time, and Marco has now equalized in population. And like, this fishing, I'm gonna keep coming back to that as long as this is relevant. Maybe we need to see some elephant archers from Marco to manage to help against the.
Yeah, those HA. Yeah, he's gonna need something against those horse archers.
Those horse archers are gonna be a problem fast.
I mean, and you know, a guy like SilveR's, he knows how to micro him, so he's not going to lose too many. I think, you know, just he'll kite these swordsmen pretty well.
Yeah, we'll do a pan over. We're doing the flyby, max zoom. This is how noobs play, by the way. How do you even micro when you're zoomed out this much? Like, I can't even tell what's happening here. It feels so distant. Like, I feel like I'm seeing literally a quarter of the map at a time. Isn't that nuts? It is interesting, though. I like how Marco is taking out the houses. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, maybe next game we could do a ketchup mustard lineup. It might be easier to see what's going on.
Yeah, the green versus yellow is really tricky, but, you know, I kind of like letting the players pick that stuff. Give them their expression, you know? Gotta let them be who they are. Very noble of me.
Well, we see our first squad of elephant archers on the field.
Ah, he did go Ellis. He did.
Mhm.
I don't.
And
I
you
don't
know
see
what?
them.
We have our. You don't see the Ellies are down by the tower, the original
Oh,
tower.
I see. I see. We'll see if they can do anything. He's got to mobilize those guys fast. This horse archer mass is growing and rapidly. Oh man. Yeah, the long swords just keep getting picked apart. But you know, a lot of SilveR's economy feels like a ghost town. Marco though dipping below 80 pop for like the third time this game. Really bad for him as SilveR's has been consistently around 110 this whole time.
Do you think? Do you think Silvers knows he has gold at 12?
No. And he doesn't really need it now. I think he's captured most of it, right? Wait.
There's a whole
He's grabbing
untouched pit
this.
at 12.
Yeah, there is. There is a drop spot there, but not
You
sure that's
know,
relevant.
the horse archers, if he could build it, if he can double the size of that horse archer army, I mean, that's going to be something to deal with.
Hmm. I love the elephant switch though. Perfect. Just in time too. This horse archer mass was running rampant, and there's gonna be another one soon, right? There was one at least. Ah, up there. There's another horde of the CA mixed in makes it look really threatening, but at this point they're really just pea shooters. So we'll see if they're any threat to the gold army. He's going to try and mass up his two armies and take on the elephant archers. Elephant archers heading south back to the main economy of Marco. Marco looking really good now, actually, in terms of his eco setup. Once again, in terms of getting back into this game, because for a second there it looked really dire. But you gotta keep in mind, I keep looking at this population and thinking he's really ahead, but SilveR's, as soon as this fishes out, he found this deep pocket here. It's been really useful for him. But if this doesn't snowball fast, I guess he's gonna have to repopulate and go back to the farms up here, in which there's some stray swordsmen. And SilveR's capturing the gold mine at the start of Marco's base, and we could have an engagement here, as looks like SilveR's trying to consider an engagement against the elephants.
Yeah, we couldn't have choreographed this match better in terms of from left to right to left to right. I mean, my goodness.
These elephants are gonna do a really good job staving off this attack. A little bit of micro here and there to keep them alive. Actually, only fighting with half the army. Not ideal.
Yeah.
But they just don't die. Two will go down, though. If he didn't have four in the back here not fighting, but I'm wondering if he's even seeing the fight. As his units seem to just not want to engage. He's not even looking. Where is
Oh,
he
there they
looking?
go. They
He's
finally got
focused
the
here.
order.
Ah, I see. So he is going to look. He does have this hill advantage as well, which is really good on ranged units. So you really don't want to be fighting uphill like this. As another longswords bite the dust. These have just been fodder for this horde of ranged masses.
Look at the mini map. I mean, it
Yeah.
was all green at one point, and now I would say it's 60-40 favor yellow
Hmm.
in terms of just looking at the mini map.
And I think the elephants are a little outmatched here now. A lot of these horse archers are low HP. And by a lot, I mean the one that I clicked on and then assumed all of them were. You know, it's funny, these elephants, I still believe in them, but no, they're going to go down here. Not enough reinforcements as SilveR's spamming units across the map. This looks like it might become a killing blow. Honestly, it does, right? Unless Marco can secure this gold to the left of his base. Marco going to be calling the GG. Just wasn't able to take the fight there against SilveR's. SilveR's did a really good job this game. He definitely had the better map, and the fish held out just long enough. Look at that. Wait, there's no fish left. 75 food left in this sea.
What would Peter say?
I don't know.
Yeah, Silvers did a fantastic job of keeping his head under enormous pressure.
Hmm.
When the first stone throwers came out, and he was busted in, and he lost his original base, and he just kept at it. Just nice recovery there.
Yeah, Phoenicians going down to Shang, right? That was it?
Well, if this doesn't go,
right?
if this doesn't go through
Yeah.
an Oasis, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a travesty.
Indeed. Sorry, so you can't stare at the draft too long here. I have to do all the hosting and stuff. Game 2, Marco versus SilveR's. That's good. This is good. Okay, lobby is up.
While you're setting that up, just read some stats to people. So kills, SilveR's 253 to Marco's 250. I mean, could you be any closer? And the eco though, SilveR's did run his eco up to a villager high of 110
Mm-hmm.
versus Marco's 70.
Yeah.
And this is an interesting stat too, given how it unfolded. Marco's exploration was 81 and SilveR's was 95. What a major turnaround from that too. Of course, that's his mobile units running all over the place, but and the timeline in that game was just back and forth and back and forth.
I need food. Yes.
Lobby's up, by the way,
Yes.
Rom. Hey, welcome, Fa Morholt. I hope I said that right. A lot of like vowels that could go either way. Yeah, it looks like FDS, nice links to some good resources, I'm sure. And yeah, BBC, BB Camet? Hmm. I've seen your name a lot, and I don't know how to say it out loud. We'll try. So what are you thinking for game 2? Hill Country, what civs are you looking for? I think it's gonna be Persian versus, ooh, ha. See, that's what's so weird about using Phoenician on inland. Is
I
now
think
you
it's
have a
Yam.
weird
I think
over.
it's Yam versus. I think it's Yam versus Roman.
No, I think it's Yam versus Minnow.
Yam versus Roman. That's what I think's going on.
Okay. Okay. When I was learning, I did berry start every game. Going for a pit start or early start can be a bit different and hard, so new players work with. Yeah, berry, but definitely do berry start every game if you can. But you're asking for like if you're learning the game. The other starts are really actually much more conditional than you'd think. I would say they're quite rare. Could you please talk more about the championship? Yeah, so we have a tournament here that we are casting right now. Let me see if I can get this centered screen. So this is our bracket. We're in the first round right now. It's looking quite good so far. We're on this match here, MasterNico versus SilveR, and I'm pretty excited so far. This is spoilers, by the way. Hope you guys don't mind. Yeah, the first round is usually going to be 2-0s, right? You have high seeds versus low seeds. Okay, looks like we have, yeah. Yam versus Minnow. Okay, 14.
Looks like you called it.
Yeah. Well, I had some
Yes.
insider info. Silvers had already messaged me Minnow, so I knew it would be Minnow. Country. Okay. I appreciate people want to see the game, but we gotta get okay. Gotta clean this up a bit. Okay, let's go. People just kept on joining. Oh, I gotta update the score. SilveR's coming away with game 1. Sorry you have to see all this because OBS has been weird. Is this starting for you? Are we hanging?
Slowly, maybe. Yeah, it might. Nope, there it went. It's good.
Wild. We haven't had a hang that long in a while for me. But anyway, we got Different colors this game, so keep that in mind, everybody.
Somebody might not be. Looks like Silver's isn't moving, so he may have disconnected.
Yeah, looks like a drop.
Yeah,
This
I
looks like a
mean,
drop.
half a minute in, nothing. So it's done.
Hmm. I think we have to go back. Yeah.
You know, maybe he didn't drop. Maybe he's just maybe he's like Memo taking that final exam. He's just
Yeah, this is
kind of
definitely a
sleeping through
drop.
it.
I'll message the players here. We gotta. This is no bueno. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to rehost. I don't know what. Yeah, that long hang was certainly suspect, right?
Yeah.
Suspect. We will remake this lobby real quick. Game 2, Marco versus SilveR's. Let's go. Oof, lag. Settings all look good, right? Okay. I wonder when Marco's gonna know. Because he's not gonna be checking Discord. And SilveR's never disconnected, right? Oh, okay, no, he knows.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
knows.
he did. He
Oh,
did.
he did at the end. Okay, because I'd already left.
Yeah, no, I was still in there till he disconnected.
Hmm. That's funny. All right, EM. Okay, make sure you're set to no team. And let's go. Sorry if you were spectating before and are no longer spectating, but that's life. The show
Spectating
must
from the
go on.
stream.
Yep. Huh?
Well, poop again. But at least this was fast.
Yeah. We'll figure. This is new, right? I haven't seen drops like this in a while.
Good old beta days.
Maybe we should pick a different server, like US West or something. Both of our players are in North America. Actually, well, that's a lie. In the Americas. I can't believe I just said that. Both of our players are in the Americas. So, should be okay. Friends around the world. If someone says what we're all thinking, it's just a joke. Who said that, Veritas? Was wrong we rambling and I just zoned him out like normal?
Oh, Veritas. He might be self-medicating at home, so
Oh man. Yeah, that was one downside of the power outage. I'm now out of wine. You're staying sober these days. Ah, nice Veritas. Let's go.
Yes, but what about these nights?
Okay, we will try again here. Hopefully no instant desync. We might have to massively change things, like have one of the players.
Mm, good for you,
Both
Veritas.
players
Good for
are
you.
in. We're in game. We are in game.
Are they both moving?
Yes. At least SilveR's is. I'm not checking Marco, but so we got Minnow versus Yam. Really odd matchup for a land map, but you could see some good from both civs here. This should be quite interesting, right? It's like the quintessential Cav civ versus Archer Civ in Bronze Age, and then it kind of flips in in Iron. You know, Minnow goes into like Siege and Sense usually. Well,
Yeah.
Yam swaps
Silver's
over
looks
to the
like
Horse
he
Archers.
Silver's looks like he spawned in an extinct volcano.
The Fishbowl.
Yeah.
The Fishbowl maps, my least favorite maps.
Yes, indeed.
hmm We can take a look at his map from from a blimp. We can span around and just like imagine this is a town center and these are all houses. This is like the Google Earth view. uh, so we got berries over there to the right. Kind of rough with the stone and the wood in the back. Like the stone in the front, gold in the front, wood in the back. Like not an ideal map for silvers. I think the one benefit is obscurity is nice in RTS games generally. Like he's kind of to the south of the map, so even though he's got maybe the more open map, Marco might not know to look here. Like he just turned around with his Vil. He's like, there's nothing gonna be down there. No one's gonna spawn down there, right? And so he's gonna head north again, as Marco with Yamato already got his Gazelle push. Maybe looking for a really fast time. Although last game he also had the early Gazelle push, like on time early, like a normal Gazelle push. But once again, we do see Silver. Actually, no, Silver's going for the Gazelle. He didn't get the quadruple elephant start with double private C. Like, it was really tough to cast last game and
Oh,
not
see,
call it a map win.
it was a balanced map though, because Silver's had a C to his left and to his right, so it was balanced.
Yeah, at least it was mirrored, just in the wrong direction. Uh, Silver's built this house here against a Strag. Do you think that's gonna matter? Like
Why would that matter?
he's trying to wall big because if scouts come and Marco sees the Strag, he might kill it. When has it never not mattered to wall with a Strag? That's literally always mattered. Oh man, we're getting silly here on this cast already.
Well, be interesting to see how the scouting goes for this, right?
Yeah.
Because of how they started,
hmm
Uh,
I agree, and yeah, like Marco scouted all the way to this cliff and then turned around. So clearly he didn't see anything of value down there, and it might be that Silvers gets away with being just kind of tucked away into this corner. What what happened? Yeah. Okay, good job. I was like, what the hell is happening in chat? Real quick, we're
yeah,
back.
right.
Uh, yeah, guys, settle down, settle down. This is a friendly place.
Yeah, it's all in good fun here, guys.
Yeah. So Minnow versus Yam. What are you looking for in the openings here? I feel like Minnow opens defensive slings, builds into the farms, uses that longer lasting farms on this map to go compy, big compy and bronze. Do you think we'll see any like fast bronze from him? I don't think he has the map.
Yeah, that's the problem here. Is it just doesn't. I mean, is he starting to scout out and look around here? You'd have to say the maps just don't look great for that.
Yeah, but Marco Yamato 20 pop click. You looking for some scouts here? Some aggro scouts. He's got a Vil across the map, so if he does build the stable, he built the forward barracks here, but that doesn't mean he's gonna go Rex units.
Well, if Marco goes scouts, I think it's going to help him a lot because, like we said, it would be easy to miss where Silver's is. First point. Second point, Silver's is not at all well protected. So if he gets
hmm
these scouts out and he finds them quickly, could be a real problem for Silver.
hmm I agree. This is getting spicy. Again with the clubber scout. I don't hate it here. I don't hate it, but Is he still gonna add the stable? I'm looking for the stable. I hope he doesn't build it at 12. That would be a disaster.
It'd be the Thomas Edison thing, right? Well, that's one more filament that didn't work, right?
Like I swear to God, if he builds a stable up here, I'm gonna flip. No way, right? He has to know. He has to know at this point that there's no player here. Like untouched elephants.
Yeah, nobody's moved, right? Gazelle haven't moved. Elephants haven't moved.
His Vil hasn't moved. No, I'm just scared. It's funny. SilveR's is also up here with a Vil. Are they both gonna? We've seen this before in tournaments way back in the day, where the players spook each other with their with their scout Vils and both rush the same location. It can get really funny.
Got a lion issue.
A lion issue.
Yeah, the scout that you were, or the not scout, but the Vil that you were looking to build
Uh
something.
oh.
He's gonna deal with the lion, so he's half dead. So
But
he's
so
been
is
put on notice.
so SilveR's. I mean, we're just so distracted by this that SilveR's has had time to set up a proper sling defense play. Market coming down, storage put on the stone. Going to be going heavy into farms. It looks like with Minnow. I really don't hate this play. I think this is kind of the standard way to play the Civ on this map. It's the cleanest. It provides the best opportunity for scaling into the mid game. You're not like banking on the rush. You're not banking on elephant spawns. It's just a clean,
Okay,
decent start.
now watch this. Watch this Greenville coming down right into Silver's town. There's the lion. Is he gonna pull the lion? Ouch. Oh, did you see that?
Yeah, the
He
line
he
stopped.
aggroed the lion and the lion left him alone.
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it
That
happens.
would have been a huge, huge game changer there.
I think Marco is just gonna bronze. He's got a beautiful map for it, and there's no pressure on his base yet. There's a Vil with 1 HP standing guard over a dead lion. He looks
There
so
goes the
brave.
stable. The stable is being built.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be stable for like Cav later. Like,
Well,
well,
certainly, he's
he's
going to
doing
pop
a
out with a scout early.
yeah, he's doing the attack upgrades now, but I don't know. I feel like he should have gone bronze. No pressure on your door. You're at 400 food. I would have gone bronze. I wouldn't have clicked these techs and made scouts at 12 minutes. I feel like it's so risky to do this. If your opponent has slingers, your scout's going to do nothing. Like maybe he'll get a couple Vil picks, but it's not worth the delay in the age up. Because imagine he could click right now, right? Like literally right now, with all the food he's invested in this one scout. He is gonna get damaged though, so maybe I'm being too critical. Maybe I'm being too critical. We'll see.
It, it,
Marco's
it,
got
it
a good spot now.
no, it caused that slinger army to not go on the offensive. So he's buying himself some time at home as well with it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. If he buys himself enough time to get his farm transition going, he's gonna be double walling now that he saw the slings. So he's playing smart. He's playing safe. And he's on top of the farms. He's gonna have to deal with the slinger real quick. And then he could maybe hit a Vil or
All
two.
those slings moved at just the wrong time.
Yeah, another scout gets in. And the scout just walks by. Yeah, it looks like SilveR's is recognizing that if my opponent's doing slings here and I can shore up the defensive play, he's gonna just hold at home. He lost a sling, but in exchange for almost all the HP on a scout. And yeah, these scouts just aren't accomplishing anything to this huge sling mess. Like a scout rush works at 8 minutes, at 8.5 minutes. A scout rush doesn't work at 13 minutes. Like it just doesn't do anything. And I like it because the double wall behind, it's bought him a lot of time. But he's done no damage with this play, and he is nowhere near a bronze click. You compare that to SilveR's. SilveR's already has this whole suite of farms in the middle of his map, and we could be seeing a really nice bronze time behind all this. Like a really nice time. And he's gonna have the forward pressure. Looks like he spotted the wall tile he will start to hit, but it's gonna take a long time to get through this.
he's really going all out on stone here. Marco, that is.
I guess he's thinking he needs to switch to. Is he thinking he needs to switch to
Yeah, he's going to
slings?
slingers because he's putting down 2 barracks and he's got
Yeah, this
loading up on
is.
stone. So I don't know. He's
Is
going to be
this
able to
open? No, no, no. It's not open. There's a tree with 27 wood
gonna
there.
be open soon.
And a tower behind to try and help hold. Just a really interesting response here from Marco. Axeman. Ugh. Don't love that. He needs to get slingers out and
Yeah,
fast. Axers
I
don't
don't
work here.
understand. No, they're just gonna die one by one,
Like
like
that.
that.
Yeah, like that. Ooh, Silver's in a really good position now. He's
uh,
playing well. This is good.
it's yeah, it's a Silver's game at this point now.
Yeah, this is really devastating. He's left his farms completely unattended. I don't understand what he's done with his wood. With all that wood. Like, am I missing something?
No, I didn't understand that either. I thought they were temporarily pulled off, but no, he permanently pulled them off.
So he's just gonna spam a couple axemen, and now a whole suite of vills comes to defend this. Oh, this is terrifying.
Yeah, this is gonna be bad.
I
And
mean, the
he's got
barracks is full health again.
yeah, but it goes down pretty fast. And
Hmm.
that huge investment in farms there at his home base,
Oh,
Marcos.
we got some runners.
Once that thing goes down, that all that investment's lost.
We got some runners. Going out the north of the base for Marco is two-thirds of his economy. He's just trying to buy time with the axemen, but they're just like we said, they're just kind of
It's,
running in and dying. It's a really odd choice here, in my opinion, to do this,
yeah,
but
they just come out, have a heart attack, and drop dead.
it's going to be going for the deer in the north that he scouted earlier. Meanwhile, Silver's farming outside of his base like a baller.
So there goes the stranded investment in farms for Marco.
Yeah, this is tough. This is really brutal now. Silver's just has this massive unit count, and I mean Marco just really doesn't have a response. 2-1 KD. Vil high for Marco, but it's gonna swap soon.
How much wood does Silvers have?
330? I don't understand.
I don't understand why he's still doing that versus he's got these farms just sitting there waiting.
What I don't understand is where that wood is going. Like, he had a lot of vills on wood. I don't fully understand where that
Well, he's
resource
building new
went.
farms. He's building new farms
Yeah,
but
I
I don't know why
guess.
he's building new farms when he's got farms built.
He's using those now. It was
Oh,
just,
there they go.
it's
Okay.
just I swear he had like a lot of vills on wood, and I don't know where that wood went. But whatever, it's fine. The TC is gonna go down. That's gonna buy Marco a lot of time. Marco gonna play wide this game now, going all over the map, doing a good job walling in the slingers from the southern push. And Silvers is gonna recognize that the ship has been abandoned. Does he waste his time burning the farms? No, he's just going to run north now looking for the vills, which is going to be the real thing, the real deal. A town center rebuilt on the north here for Marco. Is Marco using up this hunt? Is he thinking now is the time to go bronze? Like, I'm not sure what Marco's plan is. Yeah, there's the bronze click. Bronze click into some Yamato cavalry are the solution to these slingers. But you know, I hate to criticize too much the players, right? It's their game, their choice, right? But I keep thinking back to those 4 scouts he made with upgrades. You know, that's 200 food in the scouts and 225 food in the upgrades. He was out like 300 food in the bank. I'm just wondering if he hadn't done that, just left this stable here, and gone bronze. He could have cleaned up this whole mess with Cav, right? Wouldn't have had to abandon ship. But, you know,
Yeah.
it's what happens, right? Games are tough.
Well, I mean, at this point, uh, he's gonna have to. Well, he's starting to get some gold, so maybe he'll be able to pump some cab out. But
Oh, he definitely can. He's got Yam, so those cav are discounted.
that is a big slinger army going north, though.
Yeah, but it's if he spreads it out wide like this, it just leaves a lot of opportunities for the cav. Like a lot of opportunities for the cav. You see how they're all spreading out now? Like,
Yeah, I think he's searching, though. We'll see how quickly it comes to. But if that turns into a little death ball, as you used to call them,
yeah, the
that'll
death ball's a
melt through a
problem.
wall.
Yeah, I think though if you get up to 10 cav, for example, and look, he pushed silvers off of the farms that he built outside his base for some reason. And now silvers his economy's looking good. He could click up soon, which would be really bad for Marco. If he doesn't deal with this sling mass fast, then the cav switch will fail him ultimately. But we'll see. He's got a stable in the south and a stable on the west. The first cav is
Yeah,
out.
it's the thing that's been helping. It's been helping Marco so far is that Silver's just didn't know where he ran to.
Hmm. And now his economy is running back into his base. But that's where some enemies are. He's training Cav from the north stable. He's got like a triangular setup. Oh, he's gonna sneak back. Like what? Where's his? Hmm.
Oh, the Silver's has two scouting sling. Oh, he saw them. He's coming back because he just walked right by those goldies.
Yeah, and he's microing these guys in the north to make it there as well. But in the meantime, he's caught on a right click. This Cav will clean up a decent chunk of these slingers, making the job for the next Cav a lot easier. Meanwhile, the slingers in the base of his are going to have some trouble if another Cav joins this one. And this is exactly what Marco needed. He needed his opponent to kind of spread out the slings, and this is exactly what silvers did. He has little clusters everywhere, and like you were saying, if they were all in one spot, it would have been really problematic. But because they're all spread out, two cav at a time can easily deal with these masses, and he's going to get back these farms, and that's going to be really, really tricky for silvers to deal with. He is on his way up to bronze, but Minnow's bronze can be a bit slow. He's going to have to build up the ranges if he's going to go compies, and compies take time. You have to get improved bowmen, then you get the compies, and compies are actually kind of expensive for how fast they train. And the cleanup is there, and back on the farms we go.
You know, we were kind of laughing about uh, the bowl that he started in, but the way he has it barricaded off, and he's got three gold pits in there. Uh, it's actually kind of a fortress bowl now.
Yeah, he's well defended. That's the good thing for Silvers here, is that his base is really, really safe as we see improved bowman coming in. Compy will be just behind it. Or is that already Compy? I forget the icons. That's funny. You should host more tournaments, 1v1, 2v2 as well. Yeah, we thought about doing 2v2 in the past. Generally, other communities have hosted the 2v2s, and I just cast those games. Uh, yeah, we got the 1v1 going on right now. It's quite nice. We just started up, so this is still the first round. Games are still really kind of wild, which I'm loving. Marco struggling with production though. But again, this got 3 cav here, gonna clean up even more
Oh yeah, that's
slingers.
going to clean that up.
And he's back in his base now on 2TC, and we've kind of neutralized, right? Like we're back kind of to square one. Both players in their base, armies have been dealt with, which is exactly what Marco needed. The timeline is not good for him though. The timeline is very much so bad for him. The economies might be really imbalanced in terms of actual eco count. Do we have a government center yet for silvers? Yeah, we do. So he's got 2 TCs at least.
You know, this is exactly the inverse that happened last game. You know, so last game you had, Marco, the aggressor, pushing Silvers out of his town, and the reverse happening this time.
And this thing's going to keep getting cleaned up as we see more ranges coming down and compies on the way. So it was improved Bowman. I know what I'm talking about. That's what I call it. I knew what I knew what I was saying, but then I second guessed myself. That's definitely the compy upgrade. So do you think we see any tricks from Marco here to try and bust in to SilveR's base before the compy mess gets too big, or do you think we're gonna see a boom into? I mean, Minnow compies are pretty devastating mid bronze. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Horse
Well,
archers aren't great.
yeah, he used the stone throwers to pretty good effect in last game, so he may try to do that again to bust into these walls.
You know, for how untouched his economy's been, SilveR's economy really isn't that good still. He's only got 11 mils on food. Like, that's actually not very good for this stage of the game. Marco, by
Check the
comparison,
kill
has
count.
20 farms. Well, the
The
kill
kill
count
count, it
makes
might be,
sense. Yeah.
because he invested so much in so many slingers.
I'm just wondering if, like, maybe the eco upgrades were a little late, but now he's going to be in a really tight boom stance. Like, he's got to defensively boom this fast, and yeah, we're going to be seeing stone throwers again. I'm curious to see if this is going to pan out, as another massive slingers just gets completely wiped, and that's the final group of slingers. Slingers are all dead now. Just back now to compies. There might be 1 or 2 slingers in here. Yeah, there's 5 slingers here on this wall, but that doesn't really matter. The good
Might
thing for...
chop through here. He's got 31 left on that one.
Oh my god, that would be... Oh, and he saw it. Marco definitely saw this. Right? Surely. He had the
No, he's
scout.
still chopping it. He's still chopping it. 22, 21, 20. I got 2 guys chopping on it. Look at that. 10.
This could be
9,
really...
8.
He must know. SilveR's must know that this is happening, and then
Now,
he'll wall behind it.
the wall
He
behind it,
pulled
he's got a...
just in time. Oh my gosh.
Holy crap.
That
Yeah,
made it
it says
even been an
0.
accident. It says 0. That's so funny. No. Well, that's a dangerous place to be a villager.
Yeah, no kidding. It's like, where's the avalanche coming from?
We see
Oh.
medium wall.
Flop.
Yeah, a lot of plops here as the
Well, that stone thrower's already paid for itself.
He can just back up. I mean, stone throwers are going to be actually really weak in this matchup. I mean, the compies are just going to outrange you. They can out micro and outrange. This is starting to look. I mean, the compy count is really high too. It's going to be tricky to deal with. I'm surprised he's not just fighting these outposts. Outposts, wrong word. He's going to try and break down here, I guess, away from the towers.
What's the build count?
Build counts are 64 to 57, and I'm pretty sure that's actual at this point. That's the highest I've seen them. Unless SilveR's may have lost a few, he might be a little under that. Oh, this is a terrible fight to engage, and that's too many compies. Retreat!
Yeah.
You have to back. You have to get a huge mass of cab. You need nobility before you can take this fight. Like, this is going to be really tricky for him. He's going to try and buy time. Oh, don't engage now. Oh, no, he's going for the engagement. Runs in, has the hill, but that's not going to matter when you're fighting ranged against melee here. Oh, what a slaughter. That's a huge loss of resources. Yeah, that's a huge loss of resources. He's trying to bust down here, maybe using the attack as a distraction, but the watchtower is actually able to range his stone thrower here. And SilveR's is going to notice. The bowman not going to contribute much here, as 3 more panic stables come down, but you lost half your army. This gets really brutal now. As 1 stone thrower goes down, and the compies snipe another one, so the wall will hold. SilveR's great position now. His economy's starting to really chip into high gear. Chip in, kick in, and he's got the pop to prove it. This is when compies are at their strongest. The moment for the cav has kind of passed, honestly. You're going to need a lot to do anything, like way more than in cost than the compies. He's gonna go for another engagement, but this is just equally bad.
It's just gonna, yeah, I think he'd have been better off doing what he did last time, running. That hurt. That
Another
hurt.
attack
I mean,
from the
he's down.
Silvers.
He's only got those two stable. No, he's got three of them. He's got one more over here. He's just not going to be able to build them fast enough.
Yeah, he needs like, at this point, you need like 25 or 30 cav. He needs to wall with medium walls, buy time, and really stockpile his cav to the point where he can take a devastating fight and get nobility. But it looks too late now. Unless he can really buy time here. Because what we could be seeing pretty soon from SilveR's is an Iron Age. He's got 30, he's going to have 36 on food in a moment. He's got compy masses on both sides of the map. You could go 200 pop compies at this point, or you could just go Iron. Supplement that with one more range. Get ballistics. Get alchemy. Put yourself in a great spot.
I think he just, if he just keeps pushing the offensive here, just mass those copies, get bunches of them, just flood the map. I think he's got it.
Look how fast these cav die to kill one unit. There he goes. Retreating now with one unit to try and remass, but it's just been too many throwaways, and the stone thrower's gonna maybe get a big shot off. A big shot. Ooh, that paid for itself. There you go. That wasn't so bad. That reminded
It's
me of a
something
manga.
satisfying.
Yeah, that reminded me of the mangonel pops, that you get in AoE 2 a lot. You have a lot more control in AoE 2 of like where your mangonel is going to be and where the shot lands exactly. Especially because you can, garrison it and wait for that, opportune moment. Here, generally you don't see situations like that where you have archers around a siege workshop and the stone thrower pops out and gets a big shot like that. It's kind of a rare move, and we see similar to game one. I mean, similar to 20 minutes ago in this game. Marco had run up here for safety, but that was when he had slingers with no line of sight. Now he's got minnow compies that can see half the map.
Yeah, this is trying to think what you can do at this point. I mean, the flood of copies coming out of all of those barrack or archery ranges,
yeah.
just constantly flooding out.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's gonna be
the same
GG.
thing. Well, a very exciting game that had some twists in it. Congratulations to SilveR for advancing. Unfortunately, no Oasis though.
Yeah, no Oasis. It will be a 2-0 for SilveR's. Exceptional game here from SilveR's. Really well played with that map. It wasn't a beautiful map, but he played it well. He attacked, he defended. Well played indeed, Marco. Great attempts here in both games. Honestly, game one was really exciting to watch. I'm really glad we got to see that one. That was one of the better 1v1s I've seen in a while in terms of just the competitiveness between the two players, like the closeness of that, and the overall unit variety. That was really fun. But thank you everybody for showing up for another cast. Thank you, Ramwi, for the co-cast. Hope to see you guys all in the next